Hi, everybody. This is Marilyn. Do we have any audio for this? If I didn't click on the wrong thing? Okay, thank you. Hello, everybody. This is Marilyn, and it's time for the noon edition of Welcome to My World. This is the 9th, January 9th, and it is a Monday. So I hope everybody's had a wonderful morning this morning. I haven't seen anything too much that really thrilled me. If I was a night owl, I would have taken bonds about midnight, but it's been very difficult. This has just been a lot of choppy, and YM real early. This thing with crude oil this morning has been, I think the people that use Nadex may have had a pretty good morning on crude oil, because to trade the futures with this, I don't like these up and down bars. I like them when they just cooperate and don't have these wicks on every single bar one way or the other. But the really neat thing here this morning is when this thing started down, this VAD it just sailed on down, and each one of these VADs just kept exceeding and exceeding and exceeding. This is the second one I have on here. You can't hardly see it. I do have it marked as the VAD D. So the E is underlaid here, which is the bigger picture, and then bar for bar, the mode A is right on top of it, and then this VAD D is I really like this VAD D. So I've kind of settled on those three VADs, but for the people that do like to trend, and this could have been trended on down and use this moving average for a trailing stop. But that's a pretty big trailing stop for me in futures. I'm not comfortable with that, so therefore I didn't do it. These indices, they have really choppitied around here. Everything seems to be in it's just sticky this morning, I think, is the best way to describe the market. The currencies have been very nice. The 6B and the 6E put in a couple of nice trades this morning, and the pairs had some nice trades this morning. That was far better than getting chewed up in these little choppy things. Gold finally, after it chopped around about 10:30ish, but it's still very slow. When you see these range boxes it takes 3 bars to get across a range box, that's a very, very, very slow market. I don't like those at all. The other thing I wanted to point out to you is on crude oil, these two big magnets right here, one's an older one on this contract, a significant weekly price level, and this magenta one is this week's. When those two get together right here, crude oil to, if it goes a few more ticks down, which it could, that's one thing. But if it breaks this with significant volume and goes on down towards the 2 deviation level, it may portend a while before it gets turned back around. So that's something to kind of keep an eye on. The VIX this VIX is doing nothing, which is why the indices are basically difficult. It takes, we don't care which way the market goes, we just want it to go. But when you have these implied volatility indexes hovering at the lows, there just isn't anything to get these markets to move enough to put in the nice trends. But I will say, when it's been like this in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon is when we get a lot better trading, and vice versa. Sometimes when we get really nice mornings, there's not a heck of a lot left for it, and it will chop in the afternoon. So anyway, I don't see too much else for today. We are at 3 o'clock. If you're still around and you're going to be trading this afternoon, 3 o'clock, you might want to pay attention to this, because the consumer credit number is going to come out at 3 o'clock, and this is the month over month. The previous up to the forecast that's a pretty good difference. So if it hits that, if it hits the forecast, it'll probably be okay. But if it misses that forecast, we might see a little more movement in the indices. So pay attention at 3 o'clock if you're trading at that timeline. Then tomorrow morning, we're going to have, this is the week that there's a bunch of economic news coming from China from tomorrow through the end of the week. What that will do to the indices pairs that we like to trade might affect the Aussie and the yen a little bit. But anyway, tomorrow morning at 8:15 is Canadian. 8:15 and 8:30 is Canadian housing starts and building permits. And then at 10 tomorrow, we get the JOLTS jobs openings and final wholesale inventories. I don't know that this market seems like it's in a bit of a hovering mode to me, maybe waiting until the new administration takes over in another 10 days or whatever it is. But if you are trading currencies, tomorrow evening also is going to be the yen's 30-year bond auction. So that could affect the yen. What I would do is definitely, if you like to trade in the evenings, and we do have a lot of traders that trade in the evenings on both Nadex and the currency pairs. If that's what you like to do, be sure and check the Apex website, the news tab, because it will give you some trades to be looking for and some times and the strategy as well. So basically all you have to do is figure out your strikes that you want on those things. And we're really glad we've got JP back in the room. So everybody can just ask away, because if you like real simple, clean charts, JP's your man. All this stuff people put on their charts, he doesn't do that, and does very, very well. So anyway, we're glad JP's back. And I think that's about it. I do notice I put timer bars also, those bar timers on my NQ. I'm not a fan of trading NQ, but I do like to watch it. And there have been several of those that would indicate it's just, that's the chop within the diagnostic bar. Gives you a real good idea of, I don't like I want the range boxes to move along. I want several of these diagnostic bars to be in that range box. Give us a pretty good idea. So anyway, I think that's about it. There's not a heck of a lot happening this week, but next week it will be different because next Monday is a holiday in the U.S., and there will be altered trading hours, but we will be able to trade a little bit on Monday. And then next week will be the CL roll, and next week we've got options expiration, and then later this month we've got FOMAC coming up. And I'm glad FOMAC is the week after this inauguration.